Alright, well, today we're going to do a little review on the Digi-cool 1250 digital gauge manifold and the Testo 550. As you can see, we got the Vito out here on top of a Goodman condensing unit. Alright, start off with the Digi-cool 1250. It's got a decent display. As you can see, it's got the bar graph update. You can choose between a 1-5 second display update time, where you can do a hold. Backlight, we'll start off with that. Holding the unit for 4 seconds, it'll turn the backlight on. Pretty bright. It's got a nice lit up backlit green screen. See what else we can start with here. As you can see, it doesn't exactly mount up to this Imperial manifold here. You have to use the 90s and then the couplers. Not that big of a deal though. As far as the temperature clamps, the plug is a little on the chintzy side. Where the wires run into the sensor plug itself, there's actually epoxy. It's not fully epoxy, there's still a little bit of an opening on the bottom, as you can see there. A little help from my buddy with his flashlight. The wires that come out that go to each clamp, one red, one blue, they're a little thin. Not too happy about them. They seem like they could be easily, pinched in a door on a package unit or cut, or as you can see by the epoxy job, they can be easily ripped out of the plug if left plugged into the gauge head. Let's see what else we got here. Here's the clamps down here. I'm not going to take them off. I'd rather leave them on the system for now. As you can see, the size difference between the Digi-cool on the left, the actual gray looking clamp, and a Testo on the right hand side, the black. Definitely larger Digi-cool wise. The Digi-cool can go up to an 1 5/8" pipe diameter, and the Testo can only do 1 3/8". That's pretty much it on the Digi-cool so far. Nice gauge head, and this is owned by one of my friends. Now we're going to do mine, which is the Testo 550. Let's do this. Turn the backlight on here. It's got a nice white backlight, a little bright. There we go, now we can see them. As you can see, the pressure is 99.4 and 99.8. The size difference you can see here between the two of them. Here's my hand against the side of the actual Digi-cools and then the manifold. And here's the Testo 550s. You can see they're somewhat smaller, definitely considerably lighter between the two. Difference here is the Digi-cools can be mounted to whatever manifold, so if you got a favorite service manifold you've had for 10 years you like to keep, you can mount them right up to it and keep on using it. The Testo, unfortunately, you don't have that option. You can pretty much only get, you can only get a 2-port manifold. It does have swivel connections down the bottom, so if you want to, twist the parks around for your hoses, have them on the back, or if you want to put them up front, so when you sit them down the dirt doing residential or abuse your gauges, you don't get any dirt inside the parks or on the tips of the hoses. The actual clamp wire itself is definitely better than the Digi-cools, as you can see the difference here. This right here is actually 2 wires for Digi-cool. This is just 1 wire, as you can see. There's probably multiple underneath, but they're almost the exact same thickness. The plug on this is definitely a lot better. As you can see, you can't really see the video, it's a little blurry, but where the wire goes inside, it's completely surrounded by rubber. It's a nice molded plug that goes into the inside of it. Fits nice and snug inside of the manifold and its head itself. Wire runs over. The way the wire that runs into this Digi-cool clamp is definitely a lot more thought out and a lot nicer. Runs through the inside of the clamp and into the actual clamp head itself. This one, you can't really see it too much, but you can actually see the wire kind of comes out the inside of the clamp and just kind of parks itself onto the clamp heads. And not too big of a fan of it, but I can deal with it for now. Alright, as you can see, we got the backlights on, we got that running. I think it's time to do a turn the condensing unit on. That one's updating the bar graphs. And the Testos themselves. There we go. Pull them down a little bit. Alright, now for the Digi-cools themselves. Down here in the bottom right hand corner is going to be your different mode displays. You're going to have your superheat, your subcooling, your highest pressure readings and temperature readings so far that this system's been on, and the lowest. And then it's just going to be normal display. Then you're going to have your actual suction line temperature. Now there's going to be one thing that I want to note out about these. For some reason when they were made, I don't know the exact reason why, but you cannot view the liquid line temperature. You can only view the suction line temperature. You can view temperature difference. As you can see right here, the delta T between the 2 clamps is 24 degrees, but it would have been nice if they had a liquid line temperature reading on there. Alright, as of right now, when I bought these Testos, I only bought the kit with the one clamp because I didn't know how I was going to like them or not, but so far it's good. It'll simultaneously display your superheat, which will be right there. Your subcooling will be right above your discharge temp or your liquid line temp. Scroll down, you're going to have your saturation temperatures. So, you know, evap saturation, condenser saturation, or condenser temperature. It's going to be the same thing in the Digi-cools, but they're actually going to be flip-flop. The pressure is going to be on top, and then the temperature is going to be down below. A few other things I can point out. The little knobs on the Testo they're decently small. They could be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but so far I've liked them. Another thing is on the Digi-cools, you can change your LCD contrast back and forth, dim them down, bring them up a little bit thicker. Cannot do that on the Testos. The Testos also have different modes. They have a system tightness test, which is nice. What it'll do is it'll take your starting pressure, it'll save it on this side, and it'll take, and then it'll display your ending pressure on this side. It has a minute and hour counter on the top, and it can also be temperature compensated too if you have a clamp hooked up, but you don't really need it. What it'll do is you would hit the mode button, you would hit start, walk away 10 minutes, go get your coffee, take a smoke, whatever you got to do, come back, hit the stop button, and it'll display up here what the pressure difference is between your start and finish. See if your system held tight or not. The vacuum mode, all it does, it'll just display the low side, takes away the high side and every other reading, so you can just read your inches of mercury, and then you'll go back to your normal screen. I'm trying to think of some other differences here. They both seem to react very well. They both react very quickly. The really only difference is the temperature itself for your superheat subcooling is measured in just single number. This one's actually measured by intense. And as you can see here, I mean, this one's reading 31 degrees of superheat. This is reading 30 degrees of superheat, give or take, 0.1 degree. It's both within, very close range of each other. Both very accurate from what we can see. We've pulled vacuums on them, we've done nitrogen tests, we've done, tests on air conditioner obviously now, and it seems like they're both very, very well made products. Pretty much to each his own. My buddy likes these. I like these so far, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm pretty sure that's about it. So whatever you guys choose, either one will be a nice choice for you.